I can see the stars align, dance around the moon every night. And now my eyes are open wide, and the sky has never looked so bright. And I don't need to see the road to believe, yeah. 'Cause this is where I'm meant to be, I believe. And I feel the magic, magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic, magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, woo. Can you imagine, woo? And I feel the magic, woo. Can you imagine, woo? And I feel the magic. It's all around us. And I feel the magic. It's all around us. There's wonder on this winding road in front of me, yeah. 'Cause I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I feel the magic, magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic, magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, woo. Can you imagine, woo? And I feel the magic, woo. Can you imagine, woo? And I feel the magic. It's all around us. And I feel the
Not there. There I am. I was too busy dancing. Forgot to add myself to the stage. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Soul and Beyond, and welcome to those of you who watch the replay after, or those who come across it while you're busy surfing YouTube or having a look around. So welcome, everybody. I hope you're all keeping warm, and if you're in the western part of Western Australia, it's a little on the chilly side, and from what I hear, South Australia, Victoria, parts of New South Wales, it's also a little on the chilly side. So I hope that you found a little bit of groove in the intro song and felt yourself tapping along and felt that energy and the magic coming through to you. How many of you tap along to that song? How many of you get a little bit of a groove up? You know, music, I use the music for a reason. I better see who's saying hello. The music is there for a purpose. Music is like so many other things that we have available to us in this world to shift our energy, to help us heal, to help us lift a broken heart, to see our way through a difficult time. Music is magic, unless you're listening to some of that other stuff they call house and new age music. Let's see. Mandy, straight off the bat, good evening, love. Good evening. Kristen, you're in early. Karen Mack, twice Karen Mack, thank you very much over there on Facebook. You love the intro song. Thank you. Hi, Lisa Murray and Kat Gray. Yeah, cool, Karen. Excellent. Music is very healing and can help you in a lot of ways. I know that it used to really either maintain my already excited mood when I was going out dancing and yahooing, or it just absolutely smashed my mood. It went either way and still does, but I'm so choosy with what I listen to. More so these days. I was very fortunate, I think, to have been brought up with a family that loved music, loved the vibe that music brought, the happiness, and we listened to music a lot. And in those days, Mum and Dad used to go to what was called a cabaret. Anybody else know that word? For us kids, it wasn't really that much fun, but we could hear the fun. We could hear the music. Most often it was my mum and dad's stereo that was carted from home and put into either a town hall or a shearing shed. Ah, my Lord, when I worked in a shearing shed, I used to laugh and go, I cannot believe that they used to use these things. Michelle, good evening, welcome. They used to use these things for cabarets. So we would put, one thing we were allowed to do was put the cornflakes on the floor. Cornflakes, wow. And that was to make sure that, people really floated around the floor and didn't get stuck, their feet could groove. To my mind, it was very slippery. But it came a point, once everything was organised and the sun was down, that we kids, all four of us, had to just get in the car and stay there while the adults had their fun. That's right, Lisa. That's exactly right. I have to put up Lisa's comment in case you can't see it. That's dead spot on. Absolutely awesome. So funny. Well, it is now. It wasn't then, was it, Lisa? I do laugh about it now. But it's about music, and through that we were brought up on hearing music and seeing that music brought people to a happy place, and it also brought people together, a little bit like food. Food can do the same, but music is different because of what it taps into, and the way music, because of the notes, the energy, music creates a frequency, it creates the vibration. And of course, you being a being of frequency, being of energy, music really comes in to join your energy. And that's why it can either take you up, send you to sleep, make you mellow, or make you sad. How many of you have got songs that can really trigger a painful time in your life? There you are, Jackie. Good evening. I heard a song the other day that was a girlfriend played it at her farewell, and it was the main song of my dad's farewell, so it kind of struck me twice. And then I smiled and went, well, you know what, you two, I'll use it as well. And it's Frank Sinatra's I Did It My Way, and that I did all the way through. How about you? So tell me some stories about music for you, and how it makes you feel. I've got such a lot to share with you tonight, some really cool stuff, and I've got something really special to share with you that I wrote today. What have you... On to Jackie? No, that Jennifer, do you mean, Lisa? So I was sitting in silence today, which I do every day, but today was different. I didn't sit in my usual room. I sat by the fire. I wonder why. I sat by the fire and I was gazing out to my back garden, getting lost in the greenery and the sound of the birds. Jackie has joined, Lisa. Yes, she has. Sorry, I thought you meant please pass on love to Jackie. You can do that now. And I went into a very deep and beautiful space, sitting there, and I did have my very special book that I use to write angel messages in, and when I am specifically conversing with them. Funnily enough, it's a gold book. Jackie's saying that she has the ABBA song, I Have a Dream, was a song her dad sang and heard this song regularly last week after after Jackie's mum passed from this world. Kat Gray, love music, facilitated a drumming meditation healing circle for a couple of years ago. Very healing. People loved it. Yeah, it's interesting that you bring up the drumming, Kat. I've been to a couple of circles here, healing meditation circles, and I could have cheerfully got up and broken the lady's drum and the mallet for it, or at least thrown it out the window. You know, this is something that I've talked about with my students of WESH. When you go to sound healing, you need to make sure that you have either tuned in first to make sure that it is right for you, or once you're there, that you really feel into it and you leave if it is not. The experiences I had, Kat, were these people were just slamming the drum, really slamming it. There was no beautiful energy to it, and certainly nothing healing or meditative. So thanks for bringing that up, and well done to you, Kat, for doing those great things. Now, as you know, the first 5 people, well, yes, you do all know, the first 5 people that come in that have registered to be here, you all get a lovely little burst of mini guidance. And my gosh, you do make me smile. My goodness, you must be waiting for to see it go up on the website. And I really appreciate you registering. I also appreciate those that come in on YouTube. I was over, as Karen saw, I did jump on to Facebook earlier and was explaining that I will not stream to there. And the reason I won't stream to there is because it is not a sacred, secure, and I'm going to use the word safe place. Anybody and everybody is able to join the stream on Facebook, and we get trolls, we get troublemakers, we get people that break Facebook's community standards. And that is not an energy that I'm interested in. I don't live in it, and nor do I work in such an energy. Therefore, this is streamed from my website and across to YouTube. And some might say YouTube is or not always safe either, but it is better than Facebook. Thank you, Jackie. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So sitting with the beautiful archangels and the beings, there were some lovely elemental beings around today. It was really lovely. Do you sit in silence? Do you have times every day where you sit in silence to be? But I have an interesting concept to put to you, and I'm writing an article about this that I'm going to put onto Medium. If you're not aware, I'm one of the writers on Medium, and I was accepted as a writer on the Pagan Astro page of Medium, which is really cool. I was thrilled to bits. So I'm going to load this article up onto there, and it's about intentional consciousness. But what I got from the archangels today about consciousness was, oh my gosh. I also wrote, good evening, Tanya. I also wrote something that I have for you tonight. And I also wrote a ritual guidebook for my students in the School of WESH. And that was an absolute delight. I actually started that yesterday and I finished it today. So that was a delight to do. So it's all in there waiting for you, students of WESH, to go in and have a look at. And I can't wait to see what you come out with. And no breaking the rules. Yes, there's rules. Big congratulations. Okay. So The student ritual guidebook is something that helps the students, supports them on their journey of self-development, of soul growth, of being inspired to be in alignment with their soul and their complete journey. And it's a really important part of the process. My want is to be able to support as much as possible. So I have got a few things to talk to you about tonight, and they are really exciting. So sitting in silence, is this something that you do and you do every day? And why silence? Why stillness? You know, there's binaural beats that you can plug in, there's opera music you can plug in. Well, when you're doing that, you can't hear the guidance of your soul, let alone the guidance of your loved ones, of your guides, and of the angelic realm. Also, being able to sit in silence means you can start to harness your mind. For those that have one of those crazy, busy minds that think they can control life. Oh, it's so funny, isn't it? Makes me laugh. Does it make you laugh? Speaking of which, our topic for our masterclass in July was exploring the mystical realms of spirit and energy. Now, I know that my students are still working their way through that. You resemble that comment, Lisa? Resemble it. Okay. That it's funny. And our upcoming masterclass for next month is a really deep one, and it's about how major life transitions impact and affect your ability to be living in alignment with your true self. So it's a huge topic. Now, if you're not one of our students, you can always join the masterclass for $27. And that's a big bonus, you know. So watch out for the links if you would like to join us for the masterclass, or email us at support@healwithgwenda.com and we'll flip over the link for you to join. Mind you, I don't know, Karen Mackler might like to comment on this. When you come into the School of H.E.A.L, there is so much for you that it's really worth just stepping up and joining us. That's my little plug there. Now, some of the juicy stuff for tonight. I said I was writing some great stuff for you today. Well, it wasn't just for you. I was writing some terrific things. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jackie. And it also calms the central nervous system, and it takes you out of fear, anxiety, the busy mind. Cat Gray every morning, backyard jungle, Bundy dog. You must live in Queensland. Hey, Cat, Bundy dog. Welcome to Day in the Wildlife. Great start. It is, and that is an intentional sit in stillness, in silence. I can expand on that for you to take it to a higher level. Now, a few things. I've had a few people come for readings lately, and it really astonishes me that people can be so difficult. When they have already set their expectation, they've already set the parameters of not only what they want to hear about, but what they want to hear about what they want to hear about. Did you get all that? It amazes me. It amazes me because they don't have clarity in their life on that particular subject. They don't have good direction in their life in many ways, and yet they have the audacity to decide they don't like what comes through in a reading from a far higher source. Now, you could go to a psychic that is a newbie on the block, if you like, and you might not get something that resembles good guidance, but that's your choice to go there, right? That's exactly right, Tanya. They ask, yet not willing to hear the answer, or they don't ask and then they just don't like what comes through, and then they want to get their backs up and be downright rude about it. As a reader, as the messenger, that's actually very exhausting. Now, I have sent a few emails to say, I don't want to play this game anymore and I'm going to retire, but I don't know what happens with those emails. They don't seem to get through. So there was a lady that came and she got really agitated in the session. And she was agitated because nothing of what was said, according to her, was what she wanted. Now, it turns out, I hear today, that she had already determined and decided when they were going to move house. And apparently the guidance said that wasn't going to be the case. So she decided to get agitated about that instead of sitting with the guidance, asking for some more clarity, or just letting it be so that things could open, doorways could open for her to then see the reason for the information. Now, another man that comes to mind, many years ago, I had this terrified fellow at my door and I had to wonder why he was there. And even when he sat on the couch next to me, he was trembling and he had his hands really knotted up and his feet were tightly crossed. I don't mind having a little bit of fun when people are like that. It's naughty, isn't it? So he sat through the reading and then, of course, left. And I thought, well, I'll never be seeing him again. Well, he became an incredible client and still is after 20-something years. And he loves coming. The second time he came back, he was still trembly, but not as bad as the first time. Would you like to know why he was so trembly the second time, and yet he still came back? When he sat down and got comfortable, and this time he didn't cross his feet tightly. He did hold his hands, but he wasn't trembling as much. Thank you, Tanya. He said, I hope I'm not going to die soon like my brother. And I said, pardon? And he said, last time I was here, you told me about my brother dying and how he would die. And I was horrified. I said, oh my gosh. I don't know what to say because I don't work like that. And he said, no, it was actually wonderful. And then his brother appeared. He said it was wonderful because they also gave him the guidance on what he was to do. And he said he wouldn't have known how to manage with the suddenness of his brother passing and the fact he was there, and he was blown away. So sometimes there are messages that come through that can really, really stretch one's heart. And the ego steps up, coming into battle to protect. It's like, hey, you shouldn't be saying stuff like that to me, or, oh, that's terrible, I don't want to hear that. That's the ego, and that's someone thinks they're in control of this life or of their life even. So it's really astounding to me when people want to be so difficult when they have reached out for guidance or they have the gift of some guidance come to them. And it is a gift. And that leads me into anyone who wants to hear from their loved ones or wants to hear from their guides or their guardian angel, their angel team. So I'll give you some examples of what people say. Oh, look, there's a feather. Oh, that must be my grandmother. Oh, look, there's a rainbow. Oh, yes, I always see a rainbow when I think of my father. Oh, that song. Oh, wow, that was Dad's favourite song. Oh, smell that. Wow, smell that. That reminds me so much of my nana. And they don't do anything else except acknowledge that whatever it was that came through, oh, yeah, that reminds me of, well, guess what? Oh, yeah, the numbers, that's right. Numbers on the clock. Keep seeing 777 or 7 or 1111. And they pay homage to, wow, that reminds me of. But what they miss is that is their loved one saying, knock, 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 I'm here, I want to talk to you. I'm here, I have something for you. But instead, people go, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, rainbow, yeah, that, oh, yes, that belongs to, or that reminds me of. Have you ever done that? Even a dog, a certain type of dog, and it comes running to you and it makes a fuss, and you're like, oh my gosh, that reminds me so much of the dog my nana's had or the dog that we had as a child. Look again. Ask. Say, I'm here. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to see. These things are really important for you to start to answer the call. You know, say your phone rings, you pick it up and you're like, oh, hey, it's Lisa. And you put your phone down. You pick it up and you go, oh, hey, Lila, it's Dad. And you put your phone down. Would you do that? You answer it, don't you? So when your loved ones are showing you that they're answering you, please answer them. Please say, thank you. Ah, it's great to hear from you. It's great to know you're around. How would it be? They come knocking on your door, ding dong, goes the doorbell, and you're like, oh, hello, and shut the door again. You just don't, do you? But when it's from spirit, it's so easy to go, oh, yeah, that's so-and-so. Make sense? How are you tracking with that? So when you get the call, answer it. It's how you can gain more clarity yourself. It's how you can start to really expand on your own ability to connect with your loved ones, connect with your angels and your guides. Yes, angels and guides often use beautiful feathers, a feather that can't be explained, a feather that appears out of nowhere and it's different and it will have a different opaque whiteness or a brilliance to it. It could also be a coloured feather, but if you notice, it will have a difference to it. That's awesome, Karen. Thanks, Jackie. Thank you very much. One of the things to remember is your loved ones, your guides, your angels, they all answer you. They actually have to. They're not allowed to close the door, go, oh, she's calling again. They're not allowed to do that. They must answer you. And what I get from them a lot is we are here, we want to help, but no one's asking and no one's answering us. So when you reach out, next time you reach out, and then you see something that you want to say, oh, yeah, look, that belongs to, or you smell something, you hear something, stop and remember, they're answering you. What else have I got for you here? Yes. Before we go into those that were so quick to sign up for this week's session, this is what I have for you. And you do need to be here to receive your beautiful bliss of guidance. But this is what I have for you. This was something that I was speaking with my angelic team about today, and it's something that I was then writing. I'd written some things first, and then I put it out to them, and then I wrote what came back. And then I have formulated it into this beautiful, I'm not sure what to call it, if it's an invocation. Let's see. So I'd like you all to really take a lovely cleansing breath and just let the day slip away. Let everything that's been in the day slip away on the breath. So when you're breathing in new energy. You're filling the body with new energy. And as you breathe out, you're letting go of all of the tensions of the day, all of the ho-hums of the day, and even some tiredness. So really just let yourself groove into that breath, taking lovely breath as you listen to where are you? If I were to open your skull, I would not find you. If I were to open your chest, search your abdomen, explore your bones and blood, I still would not find you. And yet, you are here. You move this body, you breathe, your heart beats, your mind chatters, your eyes reflect light. But where are you? What are you? How did you come to be? If this body is you, why then can I still see it when your breath has stilled, when your laughter has vanished, when your heart no longer beats? The body remains, but you are gone. Why? Because you, the pure essence, you, the silent mover, the presence beyond form, have returned to the realms not seen. So, where did you go? Where were you before? And how do I find you now? To know the body is not enough. To know the mind is not enough. To live fully, to live truthfully, you must know thyself. Beyond thought, beyond flesh, beyond this world, the answers live there, and so do you. Did you like that? Love those loaded questions. How do you feel? Would you like me to read it again? I'll wait for you to answer. Yes, you liked it, Tanya. Thank you. If you'd like me to read it again, just say again. Floating, love it. Thanks, Michelle. My ears have been ringing a lot over the week. I've been sitting in silence. And well done, Karen Mack. Well done. Thank you, Mandy. Glad you loved it. Magical. Again, please, Michelle. Loved it, Tanya. And again, please, Jackie. Well, let's do this again. Now, really take that beautiful breath in. Thank you, Tanya. Really take that beautiful breath in. And remember, breathe in new energy. Breathe out and let go of everything in this day because it's finished. It's now the past. Breathe in again. Where are you? If I were to open your skull, I would not find you. If I were to open your chest, search your abdomen, explore your bones and blood, I still would not find you. And yet, you are here. You move this body, you breathe, your heart beats, your mind chatters, your eyes reflect light. But where are you? What are you? How did you come to be? If this body is you, why then can I still see it when your breath has stilled, when your laughter has vanished, when your heart no longer beats? The body remains, but you are gone. Why? Because you, the pure essence, you, the silent mover, the presence beyond form, have returned to the non-seen world. So, where did you go? Where were you before? And how do I find you now? To know the body is not enough. To know the mind is not enough. To live fully, to live truthfully, you must know thyself. Beyond thought, beyond flesh, beyond this world, the answers live there, and so do you. Whoops. Got my list of names. Thank you very much, and thank you for having me read it again. It was wonderful writing today. I did a lot, really enjoyed it, and I have some other things to share with you in the coming weeks as well from today, and probably more. So let's have a look and see who our 5 lucky people are. And I got to say, Karen Mack, you must sit by that computer and wait to see the announcement. Oh, that's beautiful, Cat Gray. Reminded me of my father's passing. I was living in Tasmania and my dad Queensland. I walked to the beach that night and asked, "Where are you?" Lots. Well, guess what, Karen? It is a really poignant question, isn't it? Where are you? Where did you come from? What are you? I have got some more that goes with that, but that's the crux of the start of it. And I'm glad you all enjoyed it. So, Karen Mack, 7:19 a.m. on the 26th. Followed by Jackie, followed by Lisa, followed by Kat, followed by Mandy. So you girls were all on the ball, very quickly on the ball. So let's have a look and see. Oh, we have H.E.A.L. Archangel H.E.A.L. My gosh, I love Archangel H.E.A.L. I love them all. You know, there's no differentiation, but Jophiel is just gorgeous. And the funny thing, Karen, is Jophiel sings. So when Jophiel wants to get a message through to you and to any of you, you will hear beautiful music coming through, singing to you. And that's Jophiel. On really stressful times or times of great fear, you may hear a very soft singing. She will always sing, not just sound. And if you pay attention, the words will mean something. The words will be her message. We had massive fires, as I know, some of the other states have too over the years. I hadn't seen the fire site, and to be honest, I had not given it any thought when I was going to drive south. I can hear Ishika, good evening. Hey, welcome. I can hear animals when there is bulldozing, when there is fire, you know, all those sort of things going on. And all of a sudden, I was in this horror. And I was just beside myself. These fires had been savage. They were huge. And I started to cry. And I said, why do you let the animals suffer? Why must they go through this? And the answer was about human selfishness and humans not caring enough for the land or for each other. And that infuriated me. Yes, it made me really angry. And then this beautiful song just come out of nowhere, really close in my ear. And it was a song I was not familiar with. It was called I Believe. And when I arrived in my destination, the first thing I did was search that song and listen to it. Listen to the entire song and let it seep into every part of me. It helped me tremendously. So Karen Mack, when you or your son start to hear songs, well, in fact, they're a step ahead, but you start to hear songs. It's Jophiel that is answering you and offering to guide you. Jackie, you have a couple of very big bridges to mend. And this is Archangel Michael that steps forward for you, and also Gabriel. So with that, you can call them in when you sit in your silence and ask them to guide you. The bridges to mend, there are 2 of them, Jackie. And those bridges are within your own immediate family, but also in an external family that is more of a marital family. So they are not related to you. You have connection through a marriage in your family. And you're going to be the peacemaker to mend those bridges. Do remember, Jackie, that you have the support and the guidance of Archangel Michael and Gabriel. Lisa, Lisa, there is a need for you to be preventative. Take preventive action with your chest. You're a little bit prone at the moment to cold sniff that can turn into more of a bronchitis. You need to be very wary of looking after your chest and keeping your chest warm. I know that you like your scarves and things, but even being out in a very cold wind where your face is exposed, this is going to be problematic for the grief that sits in your lungs. Did you all know that? We not only carry grief in our heart, but the sorrow sits in our lungs. So Lisa, take particularly good care of your chest. Remember, your chest is in the back too. So when you start to feel a strange cough, or even as if there is a kind of a wheeze, then that's a time for you to really face that grief and also send lots of love into your chest. Keep your chest very warm. They are talking aniseed for you also. Cat Gray. Cat, you've got a couple of friends are going to present to you in September. They both come very close together, and each of them have come to you because of circumstance difficulties that they are having in their life. We recommend that you sit on a boundary line. Neither of them are going to be overly receptive to you, your guidance, even though they have come and asked for it. In this instance, it is better that you are not actually involved. So the better question you can ask them is, what do you feel is the right way for you to handle this? You place the responsibility back in their court, and you also encourage them to think about it from a higher perspective. Two friends, Cat Gray, in September that come for help, and that's the way that it would be best handled by you. Mandy, oh Mandy, it is really becoming difficult in your energy field for you to be able to filter out everything that is in the very dense energy in the area in which you live. There is also a lot of non-human energy that is around and surrounds that area. You are also surrounded by too much water for you. Water, as a rule, for many people is cleansing, and that is the purpose of water. It is cleansing and clearing. However, when you are surrounded by water, as you are, Mandy, and very slushy is the word, marshy, slushy, it is dampening you on many levels. It's also creating a block in your energy field, Mandy, which is suffocating you, where you can't feel like you can move with ease. It is time for you, Mandy, to take a break. It's time for you to also start looking further afield for somewhere else to make your home. Karen Mack, beautiful message. Cat Gray, thank you. Very great. You're very welcome, Cat. Clear away the reception energy for the moment. Jackie, you're welcome. And Lisa, you're welcome. You're very welcome, ladies. I really appreciate you joining me, and for everyone who's watching the show and everyone who comes back to watch again, please do remember that you can always share from YouTube, and you're always welcome to share the link for the registration. And yes, of course, we do have the posts on good old Facebook, because it's a necessary evil, but it does not mean I have to be on there. So thank you all very much for this evening. I'll look forward to seeing who gets in first next week, and I will be back next week. As I said, I have got some beautiful writings, and I'm sure there will be some more by next week. and the masterclass that's coming up about major life changes, transitions, and how they can be a hampering issue for you connecting to your soul. And that masterclass, I believe, ladies, is on next Tuesday, would be the first Tuesday of the month. So if you would like to join us for that, you can do so for $27, or you can join the School of Wish for $40 a month. It's been a delight, absolute delight. Thank you, Jackie. Love to you too. Oh, and by the way, I don't know who has, only a few people have put names on, but to those of you who have sent in votes for me in the International Spiritual Leaders Award, thank you so much. I keep getting alerts that people have voted for me, and it's really, really humbling. Jackie, I know that I sent you the link. What, Michelle? Why is... Oh, Michelle's right. Lucky Michelle's here. The masterclass is on next week, so no Soul and Beyond next week. Oh, Michelle's my PA, see? Thank you very much, Michelle. No Soul and Beyond next week because we have the masterclass. So I will see you the following week. Is there anything else on that week, Michelle? You're very welcome, Tanya. You're very welcome, Kristen. Have a beautiful evening, everyone. Yes, and thank you again to those who have voted for me. I'm astounded. I think there is actually, I don't know how these people are getting the link. There's only a couple that I've spoken to. Jackie, thank you. So I will, yes, Jackie, thank you, Michelle. I can email it to you, Michelle. Thank you for asking. So thank you to everyone who has and everyone who will do. It's just so deeply humbling. So good night, everyone. And I won't see you next week for Soul and Beyond. I'll see you the week after, but I might see you in the masterclass. Good night.